may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor. This is a case of Moore versus Nelson Wright.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
Good day, everyone. Ms. Moore.
Yes.
You claim that you've lived your entire life asking the question, who is my dad?
Yes, Your Honor.
You say that during your childhood, your mother, Ms. Nelson, told you she had no idea.
Yes.
After years of heartache, you've located one potential father whom you've asked to be tested by the court today.
Yes.
Now, Ms. Nelson, you acknowledge that you do not know who your daughter's father is, but say you've already tested 3 other men.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, according to your statement, those men proved not to be your daughter's father, and therefore, Mr. Wright, the man waiting outside of the courtroom today, is your last hope.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Williams, you're
But that's
here
not right,
for
because
moral support.
I have told her that that was the last-ditch effort, because I have told her that I had 3 others tested and we had a swab test done. And Greg Wright was the last-ditch effort because I was saving her because I did not want her.
So it's not the last hope, but it is the last-ditch effort.
That's the last one. That's the last one that I have. That's the last one at all that I have for her.
You never did give me the names.
I gave you the name
No,
of
you
18,
did
19
not.
years old. I gave you it.
No, you did
Yes,
not.
I have.
You only gave me Greg Wright's name.
No, that was the last one that I gave you.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only name.
Ladies, let's have some order in the court. I just want to make sure we understand everyone's position, and I will take testimony and try to understand both of your positions. Now, Mr. Williams, you're here for moral support for Ms. Nelson.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And now, Ms. Moore, we're going to reveal the test results, of course, today. But first, I want to understand more about your childhood, because you're saying that your entire life, it was told to you by your mother that she just had no idea who your father was.
Well, Your Honor, during my childhood growing up, it was rough. You know, we've changed. We've never had a stable place, you know. I had changed schools like 5 to 6 different times. I couldn't have friends because I would have to take my mom's responsibility and, like, help raise the kids, you know.
That's not right.
Yes, that is right.
No, it's not.
Yes, I did. Who took them on walks?
You're the one that wanted to take them on walks.
No.
And I only asked you out of kindness.
No.
Yes.
No, because if I had plans with my friends.
Ladies, I need you to talk one at a time. Now, Ms. Moore, I am hearing your account, and Ms. Nelson, I promise I am going to get to yours and listen to yours as well. Ms. Moore, please proceed about the way you saw your childhood.
The way I saw my childhood, it was rough. We moved house to house with all of her different boyfriends. We never had a stable place. I went to school and saw my friends talk about their dads and everything, you know. I'm thinking, I don't know who my dad is, and why is my mom keeping it from me if she is keeping it from me, you know? Like, why wouldn't she tell me until I turned 18? But while I was going to school, like, not only trying to get my homework done, you know, I had to help take care of my siblings, which is not my right. It wasn't my right to take care of them. Because
You wanted to take them on for walks. You wanted to give them a bath.
No, you told me to. You told me to.
The only time I asked you as being a sister to them, changing their diapers.
I was being a little more than a sister to
Ms.
them.
Moore,
That's the only time.
It's your contention that life without a father proved to be extremely difficult for you.
Yes.
I grew up without a father, and I did fine.
Ms. Nelson, you're saying that you also grew up without a father.
I grew up not knowing my parents. I vaguely, at 8 years old, knew my mom, just vaguely. And I don't know who my father is. Yes, it has been hard, but I learned to deal with it.
So you're acknowledging that it was very difficult for you not having your father, so you can understand how your daughter would feel.
I do understand, but she thinks that I kept it from her. I didn't keep it from her. She came out to me at 9 or 10, somewhere around there, that she came to me. It was too young because I was
I wasn't too young, because if I was too young, I wouldn't have been asking you who my dad was in the first place.
You come to me to ask me that because she came to me when she was young because I I did not want to say anything to her about it because
Why-
I was
why-
safe-facing
why?
her.
So why would
I
you
did not
do
want
that?
her to get hurt because I was in a
How would I
stable
get
somewhere
hurt?
Ms.
that
Nelson,
I did not
let
want
me
to hurt
ask you
her.
this, and I want to ask you this as respectfully as possible. Was there ever any doubt as to who her father was? Did you know who it was?
No,
but you
I
just
did not
didn't-
know who it was. I did not find out until I was 5 months pregnant. I did not have no symptoms, nothing. I had all the other ones tested. They came back negative. The only last one there was, she told me, says, well, do you know anybody else? And I was thinking, it's like, okay, since I had a bad childhood, I tend to forget things. And plus, I was 17, but I knew the name. I knew exactly where he lived. I knew when I was 5 months pregnant because after I done split with him, he said he was going to be in jail. So why would I want to go back and contact him anyways because he's in jail?
So there was more than one man during that time, and because you were young and you just weren't being responsible, you just said, well, since this one guy doesn't look like he's going to prove to be a stand-up kind of guy, I'll just tell my daughter I don't know who her father is.
I told Nikki that there was multiple guys. I had them all tested, and I told her that I was promiscuous, but I'm not very happy to being with that. And I thought she understood.
You explained to her that I regret that.
Yes, that I regret that, yes.
No.
And I'm not really happy about it. And I even cried to her and
Ms.
bawled to her
Moore,
about it.
can you see from what your mother's saying right now that she did her best to be honest with you? She said, I was promiscuous.
It wasn't enough for me to, it wasn't enough answers. You know, yeah, she might have been young, but you could at least kept track of who you were sleeping with.
You couldn't.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You're here in Paternity Court today because she wants to know. She needs to know.
Oh, well, she
and
doesn't
she
need
deserves
to tell me
know.
that I was keeping it from her. If I knew from a shadow of a doubt that he was dead set, the father, I would have told him. I would have wrote him to jail.
But why was you afraid that I was going to get hurt?
Well, what if he wasn't the father? Or because he's
Then
not
who is
because
the
he's
father?
not giving you the money.
So, Ms.
It's
Moore.
not all about the money.
Ms.
It's
Moore.
someone
really,
there to
that's
help
what
to
it
support
is.
me because I don't have the support from my mother.
I do have the support. Yes, you do.
Ms. Moore, you got to watch your language in this court.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I know this is emotional for you. I know. I see it all over your face.
It just hurts me. My mom's not there for me, and you know, I've been searching for him. You know, I've looked on the internet and everything. I've dropped out of school, and my mom said it was okay, and I just want
No, I
someone
did not
there.
say
Yes,
it was
you did.
okay
They
for her to
called
drop
you.
out.
Yeah,
No.
you did. You said
No,
you were
they
gonna
did
homeschool
not.
me. You said you were gonna homeschool
No,
me.
no. That's a
Ladies,
lie.
ladies, I can't understand you when you're both speaking at the same time. Ms. Moore, you looked for your father on the internet.
Yes. She gave me the name of Greg Wright, so, you know, I looked it up. I looked up on the internet, you know, and she said the last
So you don't on the
last-
internet looking for Greg Wright.
Yes, and phone books. And then, you know, one day, me and my husband went by his relative's house, and it was Greg's ex-wife. We were like, hold on, okay, can we get a picture and a number? So she gave us the picture, you know, and me and my husband looked at it, and he's like, that has to be your dad. You guys look too much alike in the face, you know?
Do you call him?
Yes, I called him.
Yeah.
We met up that same day after I called him. He followed me to my my place. We talked.
You were
we
out
figured
with
it out.
friends when you found out.
He even thought you know, it sounded right.
And he's the man that's here in court today.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's
And
hear
why
from
does
him.
they need
Jerome,
a piece,
can
why
you
does he need a
please
piece of paper to saying who
escort-
is the father? Don't need a piece of paper to saying he could step up to the plate.
Yes, I do. I need that piece of paper saying that he is my dad for health conditions. I have 2 kids I raised, Mom.
I
you know,
have kids
They
myself.
might have asthma that I don't know about that my dad could have, you know. They might have some issues. I want someone there to support me and help me when I need
have
help.
supported you.
No, you have
Call
not.
Mr. Williams, I'm going to ask that you take a seat, please. Thank you so much for your help in this matter. And hello, sir.
How you doing?
Thank you for joining us. You may be seated, of course. Please state your name for the record.
Gregory Todd Wright.
Mr. Wright, we've been talking to Ms. Moore, who's your potential daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
She told us about how she found you. Do you believe there's a good possibility that Ms. Moore could be your daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
You do?
Yes,
Please
ma'am.
tell the court why.
When she called me, the first thing she stated was, please don't hang up. And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking, okay, is this a telemarketer or something? And she come across, she said, do you know Michelle Klinger? I said, I dated her when we were in high school. And she goes, well, that's my mom. And here recently, she told me that there's a good chance you're my father. And yeah, I was shocked because I got told when I had a lower hernia surgery that I couldn't have kids. And as the years went by, me and my fiance, she got pregnant.
So you began to establish a relationship with Ms. Moore.
Yes, we talked, and I got to meet her oldest son. And we were sitting there looking at her and thinking, well, wait a minute, she looks just like you, son. And so we got to talking, and I've grown attached to her and her kids. And I would do anything to help her, give her whatever she needs if I can afford to do it.
Nah, not happening with that
Yeah,
one.
he's helped me more than you've helped me.
No, because last
Nelson,
time you
what is your
told
issue
me
with
that
this?
you asked him for money and he couldn't give it to you because his girlfriend or fiance, whatever, would not because she did not like you.
No.
Oh, yes,
No.
yes, yes,
He
yes,
said,
yes.
He said he didn't have the money.
Okay, why is it that you have an issue with this relationship that your daughter has formed with Mr. Wright if he is, in fact,
I don't
the person...
have an issue. I don't have a problem. She wants, every time that I don't have money or somebody does not have money, that's what she wants.
No, I just need someone
I'm
there to
there, and
support
I'm
me.
there
I turn to
because
him
she
the
calls me
possibility
every
of
time
my
she has
dad
a
because I
problem
can't
with her husband,
depend
she
on
calls
you to
me.
help me.
Okay, Ms. Nelson, so I'm trying to understand your point. You're saying that your daughter will call you and need things, and if you're not able to provide it, you feel like that's why she's creating this relationship with Mr. Wright?
Now,
so he can give her
she
things?
wants somebody to be there to lean on, to cry on, and I understand that, but I can't be there because I live 3-4 hours away from her, and I don't
Yeah, but
have
I
a
tried
car.
helping you. Me and my husband spent over almost $200. I was offering to help you stay.
And we offered you to stay because you called me twice.
While it is obvious that you two have a lot of issues, you are here in this court to talk about and deal with one issue, and that's whether Mr. Wright is, in fact, Ms. Moore's father.
I hope he is because he's the only really family I have to turn
Oh,
to.
thanks. That's nice. I've been there a lot. I've been there from 18, when you're 18 years old. 19 years, Nikki.
No, then
you
how-
have a roof over your head.
All right, ladies, I'm trying to understand you, but I cannot understand you when you're yelling so loud. I can't understand your point.
I love her, and I give her the best.
We can
I
tell you
house
love her. You've got to understand that she has told me, told everyone in this room.
And then
that
I don't
when-
want to make everybody think that I'm a hoe or a slut, whatever. I was young, I was
Miss
17, living my
Nelson,
life, being
Miss
a
Nelson,
kid, being
let
a
me
normal
explain to you.
teenager.
Let me explain something to you. The only issue I'm here to judge and to help you figure out is whether this man is your child's father. Your past is your past. Just like hers is hers, his is his, and mine is sure enough mine. Everybody's got a past. You've been, I'm sure, the best mother you knew how to be. You've told me a little bit about your past, and I understand that. There's a saying that says, if you knew better, you'd do better. So you did what you knew to do. But please, take a moment and understand, and you should, you've admitted that you didn't have a father in your life.
I completely understand where she's coming from.
Exactly. What I believe your daughter is saying is that, Mom, you did give me what you could give me, but there was the love of a father that I always felt like I was missing. And that's why determining whether or not this man is my father is so very important to me. That's why it's this important to her. She needs you to help her fix it.
And I
And
have.
you're here today to do that. The important thing to this court in this moment is that you are here for her now, and you were here for her to provide this name. That's it. Mr. Wright, I just need to understand, we're going to go to the results. What are you hoping for today? Are you hoping that Ms. Moore is your?
Yes.
You are.
Yes, I am. I will say this, I know Michelle, I've known her since we were kids, and I know what she went through. My mom lived a block and a half from her. Michelle has always been a good person. She always tries to help other people. And I respect her for that. I respect her even more because she gave Nicole my name to try to clear something up for her. I mean, I don't know this guy here from Adam or Apple. Walter, is that your name?
I knew exactly what street he lived on, but I did not know exactly the house, which house,
Michelle?
because after several
What you're
years.
saying
You did
is,
know the
what you're
house
saying.
because you went to my cousin Ronnie's house and I
But
lived right
Mr.
beside
Wright,
it.
don't
Mr. Wright,
remember
the
because I
bottom
was a
line
kid,
is that
teenager.
you respect and appreciate that she provided this name for your potential daughter, Ms.
Right.
Moore. Now, with that said, I've heard enough, and I want to hear the results, and I know you do as well. Jerome, the envelope, please. Thank you. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics. In the case of Moore versus Nelson Wright, Ms. Moore, Mr. Wright is not your biological father.
I'm sorry. I gave you all. That's the last one I have. There has to be more. That is it. That is it.
Hey, Nikki, you remember what we stated a while back? No matter what the test results show, if you want me to be your dad, I'm more than happy to be.
Ms. Nelson, I really appreciated seeing what you just did for your daughter, because it's been a tough day for you both.
Yes, I do care for a lot for my daughter, and I don't know any other thing because that is it. That is it.
The court will do its best to give you all resources to try to help repair the hurt and also to bring you back together
And
as
it's not
mother
saying
and
that
daughter.
I don't love her because I do, and I do care about her, and I
We-
try to be there, and I do. Because
Ms.
every time
Nelson,
she
it is
calls me-
obvious that you love your daughter and your daughter loves you, and she needs you now. Please be there for her and help her. I wish you both the best of luck. Court is adjourned. We say all the time, it may take the DNA to make the father, but love makes the daddy. You have that.
Will you let me be your dad?
Yeah.